Epicurus on different forms of water. From the Lives and Opinions of Eminent Philosophers, by Diogenes Laertius. Coffee Break Collection 25. Water. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Hail is produced by an energetic condensation acting on the ethereal particles which the cold embraces in every direction, or in consequence of a less violent condensation acting, however, on aqueous particles, and accompanied by division, in such a manner as to produce at the same time the reunion of certain elements and of the collective masses, or by the rupture of some dense and compact mass, which would explain at the same time the numerousness of the particles and their individual hardness. As to the spherical form of the hail, one may easily account for that by admitting that the shocks which it receives in every direction make all the angles disappear, or else that at the moment when the different fragments are formed, each of them is equally embraced on all sides by aqueous or ethereal particles. Snow may be produced by a light vapor full of moisture, which the clouds allow to escape by passages intended for that end, when they are pressed in a corresponding manner by other clouds, and set in motion by the wind. Subsequently, these vapors become condensed in their progress under the action of the cold which surrounds the clouds in the lower regions. It may also be the case that this phenomenon is produced by clouds of a slight density as they become condensed. In this case, the snow which escapes from the clouds would be the result of the contact or approximation of the aqueous particles, which in a still more condensed state produce hail. This effect is most especially produced in the air. Snow again may result from the collection of clouds previously condensed and solidified, or from a whole army of other causes. Dew proceeds from a reunion of particles contained in the air calculated to produce this moist substance. These particles may be also brought from places which are moist or covered with water, for in those places above all others it is that dew is abundant. These then reunite, again resume their aqueous form, and fall down. The same phenomenon takes place in other cases before our own eyes under many analogies. Hoarfrost is dew congealed by the influence of the cold air that surrounds it. Ice is formed either by the detrition of round atoms contained in the water and the reunion of scalene and acute angles of the atoms which exist in the water, or by an addition from without of these latter particles, which penetrate into the water, solidify it by driving away an equal amount of round atoms. A rainbow may be produced by the reflection of the solar rays on the moist air, or it may arise from a particular property of light and air, in virtue of which these particular appearances of color are formed, either because the shades which we perceive result directly from this property, or because, on the contrary, it only produces one single shade, which, reflecting itself on the nearest portions of the air, communicates to them the tints which we observe. As to the circular form of the rainbow, that depends either on the fact of the sight perceiving an equal distance in every direction, or the fact of the atoms taking this form when reuniting in the air, or it may be caused by its detaching from the air which moves towards the moon certain atoms, which, being reunited in the clouds, give rise to this circular appearance. End of Epicurus on different forms of water.